that I wasn't okay with, and that it wasn't, not that I wasn't okay with it, it wasn't my sister. I felt like I knew her the best, and that, like, it was really cathartic to plan all of that, and, like, get to make sure that the person giving the eulogy is not weird.
Right.
Like in cups. Sorry. So, I mean, I've been to some weird funerals. I've seen some Hell and Damnation, and like I didn't want it to be about like anybody burning in hell. Like I wanted it to be about like life and them and who she was.
More spiritual, not so much religious.
Yes. So that was really cathartic. But then like getting to speak in court, like, victim's impact statement, like really meant a lot to me. Because I got to like, and I think that's part of what this podcast is, like letting it out, get it out. Like I don't need it sitting on my brain anymore. Not that I ever want to forget them, but I need to move past like the trauma portion of it and live a life that like makes her proud. And that's what I said in court. I refuse to let him steal my life. I refuse for him to give my kids an unhappy mother. I refuse to like let my marriage fail because of like my behavior after this event. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you think about, okay, well, where do I go from here? How do I start this? Like, but there's really no starting point. Grief is so different for everybody. I've been through a little bit of death in my life. You know, I've lost my grandmother and, you know, stepdad and some stuff. So, like, I understood how grief could go bad. I've seen that. And I just didn't want to be that person. And so since today's the anniversary, like, this morning I was going through Facebook memories, right? Which, these usually couple days are pretty heavy in my timeline. So, year 2, I don't think I got every year, because, like, maybe year 1, whatever, we were getting tattoos that day.
Yeah.
We got tattoos that day. Year 2, like, I was like, oh my god, last year I hid in a basement getting a tattoo, but, like, this year I feel strong. And, like, there's a couple strong years. Last year was a mess.
Yeah.
And I think that was because of Corona, like,
right.
The anxiety of the unknown, of the kids not going to school, and like, you know, I feel like that added mental toll added on to my April, which usually I hate.
Right.
Let me just say that I hate April because her husband's birthday, my birthday, my nephew's birthday, and my niece's birthday were all in a row. Mm-hmm. They died in April. Their funeral was on my birthday day. I mean, it's just, I mean.
For lack of a better word.
So, like, last year during Corona, when I have, like, this drive-by parade because we can't see anybody, I literally am thinking, you've had worse birthdays. You've had worse birthdays. Like, you've sat in your sister's
But still.
Like, yeah. But so I, like, dread it, but then, like, Corona, like, compounded that. It was, like, more turds on the pile of shit.
Right.
But then I made a really smart decision. And I thought, I think I need therapy. Like, maybe I should go to therapy. I'm having a lot of anxiety. Maybe I should do that. Because nobody's in therapy at this point. So 5 years out, nobody's in therapy.
Not a one.
Not a one. My niece, my oldest niece, did an intensive week-long therapy. She was like a teenager.
I don't think I knew that.
She stayed out of school and went to it instead of after school.
Aww.
And she sunk herself in. But she was having like some peer pressure issues and like, you know, teenager angst stuff that compounded her already sad feelings. Her grandma had died a couple years before my sister. So she was the only one.
Wow.
Isn't that brave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Keely. So, yeah, none of us. And we were all fine.
Well, we thought we were.
No, we were fine.
Yeah.
We weren't good. We weren't great. We were fine.
That's true.
So somebody told me that I built a boat for everybody. Like, another friend of mine, like, you built a boat, and like, because you're surviving and paddling, everybody else is. And my mom goes, am I in the boat? And I said, well, you got one leg in and you're holding on to the side, but you're not in the water. She's like, okay, good, I'm not drowning. Like, we're all okay. Like, we're all okay.
Right.
We're managing.
Right.
We were managing. But then, like I said, Corona, like, and I was not okay. And so I went on psychologytoday.com and was perusing different things. So on psychologytoday.com, you can look at therapists, you can sort them by your zip code, you can see what services they offer, you can see what insurances they accept, if they have a cash program, like you can just see like a whole little bio on them. And so, picture as well.
Yes.
So, and I say picture as well because we're into energy. So, it's not like I'm like, oh, I don't want a man, or oh, I don't want, I don't know, a German woman. I don't know, but we're not judging. To me, it was more like I like to kind of
feel it out,
see what jumps out at me, and like whose energy is good, right? So I actually think I sent 2 or 3 emails from the website, like to contact them, which would then in turn email me back.
Right.
So I got an email back from her first. Shout out to Tammy. And we did telehealth because it was Corona.
Yeah.
And during like the lockdown pandemic part, where nobody
right at the beginning.
Right at
Yeah.
the beginning when nobody was leaving. And the whole first appointment was obviously her telling me like me telling her a life story. And like a whole bunch of crap's happened since then. My mom had cancer twice, my dad's had like his knee done and like an infection. Like I've had
Non-stop
my
stuff.
my 3 brothers all got new women. Like, you know, my half brothers and my cousin who I consider a brother. Like it was just like our whole family like reconfigured. My divorced parents now spend holidays together, like they're tighter than thieves, like when they hated each other for almost 30 years. Well, no, that's not fair. He didn't hate her. So, you know, you just kind of have to go through all your garbage. And she's like, how are you just walking around? And I'm like, well, she taught me how to be strong, so I'm kind of like following suit and like trying to just do the best I can. And I have a really good support system, let me say that too. Not just my friends, but like clients and just hairdressers came out of the woodwork that we've worked with before, past
Right.
employees, like so many people supported me and continue to do so to this day. Like anytime I'm doing something or I post something, everybody's just like so good to me. Like girls I was friends with that we really didn't talk anymore, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So, the second appointment she wanted to do EMDR on me. And I was like, okay. I don't know what that is. And she's like, well, it's like a brain reach, like, okay, whatever, fine. And she kind of had to convince me that I had PTSD. Like, I don't know why she had to convince me. Like, I don't know why I didn't think of it.
I don't think you wanted to be put in.
I just thought that was like extreme war stuff. Like, I don't know,
Right.
like, I thought that's like for people who got like bombs blown up next to them and stuff. Like, I didn't
Well,
really,
it was basically like that for you.
but I also didn't think I was a victim. I had to call my attorney over some jury duty paperwork because I didn't know how to answer some questions. And she was like, you're a victim, victim family, like check that box, you're never getting picked again. And I was like, I like jury duty. So, right? I mean, like, I just didn't.
You didn't want to be put in the box of victim. You didn't
Right.
want to be a victim, period.
Like but it didn't happen to me, but it did. But
It
like,
did.
didn't, but it did. I'm alive, I'm not a victim,
Right?
right? I don't know, that's just how I see it, like, and you can choose positive thoughts, like, this is not a smooth operation, this is not like we have no sad days, we have no, like, problems in our life, it's like a work in progress, and you never get over it, you never, like, move on, but you have to carry on, like, you can't live in a grief state. It's like a place you visit. You drive over there, you hang out for a little bit, wallow in your sorrows, cry, get it out, because it's really good for you.
Right.
Like
Release
tears,
is a must.
tears is just a sign that your nervous system has been tweaked and is irritated. Like, let that shit out. You can't live there.
No.
And like, it's just not healthy. And once I started therapy, like, okay, so I kind of poo-pooed EMDR, right? I was kind of like, I don't know. Amazing.
It really was.
I made her go. Like, not just she, because this is not just like, oh, we're sharing a therapist. It's not just, and I told her if she breaks my therapist, I'm going to be mad. By referring her to many people, don't overload her. We need her for us. But EMDR teaches you how to locate, like, you talk about things, right? And you're like, okay, so I feel cheated, which I do. That's something I would say. You feel cheated. But those words only mean what they mean because we all agree they mean them. They don't actually mean anything, right? They don't have any feeling to them. They don't have any weight to them. They can't change your life. So you start talking, you get upset, you start crying, and she's kind of poking her finger at your sore spot a bit,
Oh yeah.
trying to get you to
Just trying to locate those feelings.
target the pain. Now, throw the words out because they don't mean anything, and feel it. We shove so much down, and I would tell you I was fine. But right here, there's a lump, and it would kind of go.
Yeah.
I could control it sometimes, but on bad days, it was right here, and you just,
Yep.
I kid you not, one appointment, and I don't feel that shit inside my body anymore. It's more of an all-over dull ache when I'm sad.
Right.
It's not this pit. I mean, do you have any other better way to explain that feeling? Like, it's just like, oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, that's the painful shit.
Right. It's, I mean, when you feel your pain, it always to me feels like a big ball or a lump, you know, that's trying to come out. Like you said, you keep shoving it down, and you almost choke on it some days, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's when you can barely swallow your sadness. And
Yes.
I also think that, like, some people, if there's trauma on top of trauma, you may not feel a ball. It may just feel bigger. Like, I was already doing energy work. I already wanted to let go. I already wanted to, like, feel better and not feel like I was constantly just struggling
Not just
to keep
making it.
Yeah, I didn't want to just make it. Like, I want to feel great and, like, not have it just, like, lumped inside of me. And it's amazing. So, like, if you're not sure, if, say, you have anxiety, and depression is the past, anxiety is the future. That's all, like, that's all it is. You're uncertain or you're sad about something. So, like, if you have either symptom, if you've had any kind of trauma, EMDR might work for you. Like,
Yeah.
she does brain reflexology as you focus on the pain. You gotta breathe through that pain, you have to let it dissipate, you have to encourage it to leave. If you have been thinking about doing work on yourself, like, I encourage it. The world needs more light workers. Bottom line. And by light workers, I mean somebody that's working on the light within themselves. You don't have to share it. You don't have to talk about it to anybody. But if you personally feel sad, you personally struggle with anything, now's the time. Now's the time to work on it. There are are too many people following that negativity. And we need everybody who's sitting on the fence to come on over. Work on yourself. Not materialistic, not focusing on anything. Not focusing on anything that, like, I lost my train of thought.
I wonder why.
Right? So we'll wrap this up. We'll wrap it up.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Ooh, squirrel. Sunshiny. We really want you to join us. We're going to be trying new things. We're going to be trying detox baths. We're already into essential oils. We're already doing like some therapy and EMDR. We can continue to make more videos where we talk about that. We could, we've got a bunch of other people trying some stuff, so we can collect information from them and compile it. We can interview other people if you want. If you want to kind of join us on this journey, I think that we're going to make like a YouTube page, you know, new stuff. So you can like follow us on Facebook for more information, and individually, obviously, because you're probably going to know us if you're watching this right away. And share with us your ideas, always, always.
Should we say what our children say?
What?
Like, comment. What is it?
Like, comment,
and follow.
No, subscribe. It's not follow.
Subscribe.
We have no idea. We're like old ladies who just are like, really not old ladies, but like just some normal housewives that like are really trying to raise healthy, mentally and emotionally children. We're more focused on like their emotional health than anything.
Yes.
We want to raise great humans. We know there's a lot of like-minded people out there like us who want to focus and like, oh, you know, like, all right, I can work on myself. We're going to contribute to the collective conscience. We're going to keep spreading positivity. We're going to keep growing all of that because it's got to